Waiting. All right, so we are live now. We are good to go.
A team of
I did not see any
seekers,
of our
strong
intro
and
stuff show up,
bold.
but it is what it is.
Adrian leads with a heart of fire. David's wisdom, the fuel, the desire. With Samantha, spirit lighting the way. Together they rise, come what may. Wolf royalty, we stand as one. Investigating till the fear is done. Together we hunt, together we'll fight. Unraveling the secrets of the night.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Well, if there's people.
Well, we got 3 already.
All right.
So
So
I've got the thing on the side. So if anybody would like to say anything, by all means, we will let you know that we got you. So tonight we have Nick and Brie, and we will be discussing a couple of different things with them. So welcome to the lounge, everyone.
Welcome.
welcome. Here they
And
are.
here we go.
Hey,
What's up?
how you
All
doing?
right.
Welcome to the lounge.
Welcome to the lounge. Welcome to probably the most laid back thing you're going to come across as far as podcasts go.
Yeah.
That's good. That's exciting.
So how's everybody doing?
We're doing good. I'm sorry, I'm sharing this out on Facebook right now.
Oh, you're fine.
That's okay.
Networking.
Networking. Yes.
Oh,
that's,
good.
that's how it works.
We're here and we're ready to lounge with you guys.
All right.
Slam on
Adrian, is that going to stay on there?
Is what going to stay on there?
Huh?
the StreamYard live viewer comments.
I don't even know why that's supposed to. I don't even know why that's there. Oh, because I tapped the stupid thing. That's why.
I was like, wait a minute. That ain't
I accidentally tapped the stupid thing and it stayed on the screen. My fault.
So anybody that's joining us, when you come on, just give us a hi in the comments that we know you're here. Nick and Brie, they do wonderful things out there in the community with Paracons. We'll be talking a little bit about a location which we'll be going to very soon.
Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah, and honestly, we can't wait.
first, would you like to talk about your upcoming thing at the end of February? A little bit?
Sure. Absolutely. We'll plug away all as long as you want us to.
Absolutely.
As long as you guys want, go right ahead.
Yeah. So February 28th to March 1st, we are having the first annual. It's called the Shadows of Savannah, a paranormal
Symposium.
You gotta put that fancy word at the end of it.
I was going to say that's a much bigger word than Paracon.
Yeah, it's like symposium. Makes it sound smart, but it's just a bunch of us
More fancy.
get together. So my cousin, he's got a team, Patrick Welsh, down in Savannah called Paranormal Society of Savannah, and it was weird. So my early years in the paranormal, I knew I had a couple relatives down in that area, type of thing. And then somebody in my family is like, hey, do you know that your cousin Patrick has a paranormal team too? And I'm like, no shit. So, I messaged him, I was like, hey, ghosties. He's like, yeah, ghosties. And I'm like, yeah. And so it's been cool to have a family member, halfway across the country to does the same thing. So we get to talk and collaborate. And Patrick came to me about end of October, early November.
Yep.
Somewhere around there. And he was like, hey, cuz, you want to put a Paracon together next year? I'm like, yeah, sure, dude. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? He's like, you'd be cool doing Savannah. And I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking go to Savannah. That's a whole, you know what I mean?
Let's be honest. Who wants to go to Savannah? I mean, come on.
I mean, it's a dumb thing. Just don't go.
Not like it's one of the most haunted places in the world.
Right. And I said, yeah, when you want to do it. And he was like, end of February. And I'm like, bro, that's like 4 months away. That's like a horrible amount of time to put something like this together. But I'm like, yeah, because I mean, I've had background in it before. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And it's coming together a lot, honestly, in the past couple of weeks. But we have a hell of a lineup. And I don't know, just we have some really cool lectures. Presentations and panels, and I'll let Brie talk, and I'll get a bite of pizza because
There you go.
We're eating.
Well,
Hey, that's all it. Do your thing.
and we got to let groups in at 6, so it's like I got off work and had to meet him at the State House, and then we were there for a while, and by the time we got back and the dinner finally arrived. You got it. I'm surprised he didn't lick it off.
Well, I mean,
so here's the speaker lineup. We are so geeked about this. So it's going to be starting. The speakers are going to be starting at 10 o'clock, running about 45 minutes, max an hour each. We're going to have Paranormal 101 class. That's going to be done by Flip Cyril, Mindy, and Patrick Sr. Then we're going to have Shay Smith come on, and she's going to be talking about living with the dead, being born a medium and a psychic, and like going over like her experiences that she's gone through. Then we're going to have Kyle Cobb, and he's going to be talking about discovering demons. So make sure you have your holy water. And then next up, we're going to have Gavin and Paula Kelly. They're going to be talking about mystical currents, exploring the limestone, ley lines, and water.
I'm stoked for that because we can get into this topic if you want, but most of us paranormal investigators, we just go in there like ghosts. We don't think about our environment around us. So
it's all about the land.
That's a huge presentation.
Oh yeah, we're well aware of that with one location in particular.
Yeah, we're finding out more and more. We went to the Octagon Hall a while back, which we ended up losing one of our good friends out there. He passed away.
Heard about that
a couple weeks ago or something. Bear from Octagon Hall, he'll be missed. But they have a lot of the same things that you're talking about, the ley lines and all of that.
Yeah,
that place has just got a totally different feeling.
Right.
We haven't been there yet.
No. Actually, Bowman was talking to me about us going there.
Yeah, but
Bump of the night.
It's definitely on our radar, though.
It's a good one.
I would definitely recommend it. I mean, we didn't get an investigation in. It was basically just we were checking it out at that point, talking to Beth, talking to Bear. But just the feel of the place, absolutely, I would definitely recommend.
Yeah.
Just be careful because they do touch.
Oh yeah, they're touchy.
Well, no, that's fine. I get touched all the time. I'm kind of used to it now. I just call it out if it's like major. So then next we'll have Sam Baltrusis and Heidi Kemper, and they're doing ethics and mediumship. We actually saw them do this at Hanover Tavern last weekend, and this is an amazing talk that they do. Talking about like how like being respectful and holding yourself basically above reproach as a medium or psychic medium. The next we're gonna have the amazing Father Kenneth Torres. And he's gonna be doing a talk on I can't remember what
his is demonic possessions and the realities of it or something like that.
Yeah.
But
so if it's anything like what we saw when we were in Virginia in August, it's definitely worth watching because he does talk a lot about the ethics and exorcisms and how you can't just go in and be like it's all demons, how you need to look at it from a mental health perspective and dive deep into people's history to make sure you're not making a bad situation 10 times worse or even lethal.
So when I messaged Father and I said, hey, I need to know what your speech is about. and he replies to me. He goes, quotations, don't be a dick. And then more quotations, demonic possessions. I'm like, I will put that on there.
And then
Shout out to Willow and Carrie. We've seen them come in.
hi.
So Willow actually had to cut her visit a little shorter than she would have liked. So she just said, "Have a good night, everybody."
Aw.
I mean, mind you, she is 5 hours ahead of us as well. So
Oh wow. Okay.
She's over in Scotland, right?
yep.
God,
Oh wow. We want to go there so bad.
lucky. Damn.
Well, aren't you guys doing something over?
So
I was wondering if that was going to pop up.
Of course, I'm gonna plug it because I freaking want to go.
Well,
I
You're
told you
gonna
what they're
need
doing.
2 extra large suitcases.
okay, so wait a second. Are we now talking about those boxes that we're supposed to that we were talking about earlier? Like,
Yeah, right.
put you guys in the boxes
Yeah.
instead of thinking outside the box. We're going to put you in the box and take you with us when we go.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
So coming next October, Adrian, go on and talk about that a little bit. You know a little bit more.
Great. Put me on the spot here. Thanks. You guys love to do that. I know.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So next October, we are going to be going over to Ireland, and we are going to be doing 10 days, 9 nights over there, doing various locations, one of which will be Spike Island.
I know. I'm so excited for you guys, but the jealousy is
Sorry,
real.
Nick. I had to throw that one out there just because I kind of knew it was going to be one of those. Damn it.
But if you want to go, I'll go on and put it this way. If you want to go, reach out to May at Secret Ireland Tours LLC. She'll tell you the pricing and all of that.
It should actually be there already. You should be able to look up that particular tour and get all of the information as well as the places that we're going.
Oh.
And there's a bunch of secret locations too that we're not really able to disclose.
No.
We know where they're going, but we
No,
can't
but
do
we're
everything.
not allowed to say.
Yeah.
So,
Man, when you guys sent me the information, like
absolutely.
months ago, telling me you guys were going to do this, I was like, son of a bitch. Like, no, like, because, like, okay, this is going to sound like so cheesy and geeky, but like, I did one of those ancestry DNA things, and like, come to find out, like, I'm Irish and like Scottish, so it's like, and I'm English, of course, but like, getting like being able to go and like
you
see.
super white.
You know what? Ritz ain't got nothing on me, okay?
Hey,
Ritz
join
ain't got nothing.
the club.
I make crap
I've got-
a whole new pretty, okay?
I mean, I've got British, Irish, Scottish, and French. So,
Oh, you super white too.
oh yeah,
Harder than me.
yeah. I think
And
maybe.
Canadian.
Yeah. See,
Bring out the A.
He's Snow White.
We snow.
no, that's outside.
Don't make me choke.
This is how
sorry,
this
that's
lounge
right.
can always
Sorry.
ends up. We're always picking on Adrian at
That's
some
usually
point.
the way it works, and I don't care. It's fine. I just roll.
Oh,
But so we're gonna end the day with the talks. We're actually gonna end it with an amazing panel, and the discussion topic is gonna be the state of the paranormal today. And the people that are gonna be speaking on the panel, we have got Heather Taddy from Paranormal State. Also does a lot of stuff with Katrina Weidman. We've got Mr. the Man, the Myth, the Legend himself, Jeff Fent, who is known for his geo boxes on the panel.
Nice.
I know. Yeah.
We've got
Good
Eric
guy.
Knapp, and then Nick and myself.
Okay,
Nice.
it's a good lineup.
Yeah, and then there's
Legendary
also,
I will just be there to fuck it all up. That's my job. That's my job.
I
Nick,
thought I was.
I feel like that's kind of what I do. So it's just the way it works.
Well, no,
Like-
I'm the one that
Like
does
when
the
they're
photo
speaking,
ops.
when they're speaking, and all of a sudden there's that awkward silence. I pretend to have Tourette's, and I'll go, "Fuck!"
Hey, we do the same thing.
Pretty much.
Can't deal with the silence.
I mean, if anyone had seen our Blackford one, I mean, there's a lot of Tourette's going on there.
Oh yes, majorly.
With the Blackford County Jail, we had people getting on there. It sounds like a party. I was like, it kind of is.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how we run things.
When we're out investigating, we like to have fun. We don't like to be serious at all times. We see too much of that as it is.
Yep.
Right.
Now, when it comes to our experiments, I will say some of ours are a little bit more diabolical than most. I mean,
no.
It's like majorly worse than everybody else's.
Adrian slept for 4 hours with a straitjacket on. So,
Yes, it
Oh
did.
my gosh.
Hey, I actually still have that. I can actually overlay that still.
I'll be
Oh,
right
yeah?
back.
So, Nick, I'm assuming Carrie is just saying that you're pretending to have Tourette's.
Probably. That's our
That's my sissy.
yeah, that's our adopted sister there.
Okay, there you go.
So
That's my
Let
sissy.
me just see here.
Don't mind me as I stuff my take a bite so I don't feel
that ain't
Hey,
for us.
go ahead.
We didn't order no pizza.
Stuff your face too.
People
Yeah,
order
so
pizza.
as I said, I slept in a straitjacket for 4 hours, so that was fun. Here you go.
That's awesome.
I couldn't do that, man. I get like claustrophobic and like freak out.
Oh, buddy, I'm going to tell you the floor was not exactly comfy.
That was at Ashmore as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, on the 3rd floor, right?
I thought it was was it third floor? Yeah, it was third floor. I couldn't remember if it was third or second.
I remember the 3rd.
Oh yeah, it was.
We were on the
I'm
top.
1.99.
We plan on going back to.
Okay, so she's $1.99, sis. Is that how that works?
Right. So we were actually at a location that is known to have a brothel in it. And
Oh.
before we went live, Nick asked, how much is Brie worth? Is Brie worth $10? And the Epic box that speaks and not just does like the lights, red for no, green for yes. It actually was like yes, yes, yes. So Carrie's sitting there trying to, am I worth 10? No, and she's going all the way down and she's like, am I, what was it? You were like, am I worth it? Is she worth $1.99? And it goes, yes, yes, yes. So,
Okay, so
Look
it's
on my
$1.99. I mean,
oh yeah, it's
better than
amazing.
I would have got.
So, like if you look on TikTok, there's actually videos of us laying in the bed and we're talking about like what we're feeling in the bed and whatnot and how cold it's getting. And she's actually fighting. She's arguing with the necrophonic and the Epic box. Can I be worth more than $1.99? And we got a disembodied voice of a male going, no.
Wow.
So now she's $1.99.
Wow, not even $2 even.
She was so upset about it all night, right? And like 4 hours later, I'm like, Carrie, we're in a place where not only was it a brothel, but it had plethora of gangster activities to Oddfellows to KKK stuff, like you name it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was in law enforcement for a long time. I said, Carrie, they don't like you because you're in law enforcement. Where you at? And she's like, oh, yes, I feel better.
That
now.
would explain it.
Yeah,
Well,
that would be why Blackford didn't like me.
That's
The
right.
same place.
Yeah, no kidding.
The same place, guys. Now, this is even funnier. This place, Brie literally was going to try to beat up a ghost.
I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna throw him. I was gonna give myself a
So,
black eye. I
we're-
won't lie.
We're
I was
sitting
gonna
here.
shadow box it.
We're sitting here, and
You're going to throw down against the spirit.
Oh yeah.
it was Brie and I and Sean Austin. We were there, and we were doing some EVP clips. And I said, hey, ladies, what can I get for $20? And no shit, we got an EVP. This lady goes, how did it go? I need a man
to lick his dick.
That was the EVP. Okay. And she's like, oh, hell no. She's like, this crap.
I'm like, what? What?
So,
What?
and I said,
Okay, so thank God I put the viewer discretion part on there.
yeah, anytime, yes, you need that with us. So it gets better. And I said, okay. I said, well, ma'am, what could I get for $40? And we got
The
an even
same voice,
same lady, same tone. She goes, I need
more women.
I need more women.
I need more women.
I'm like, you fucking slut bitch. Like, I was flying up off the couch. They're both sitting there looking at me, and I'm like, I'm being really affected, you guys. I gotta go. It's bias. But yeah, so, but what's really funny about this location too is that it's rumored, it's actually been proven John Dillinger stayed at this location because of where it's at. It's in between the different places like he would rob.
Mhm.
And so at first it was kind of confusing because like he's very possessive of me. He calls me Anna. And I'm like, but why? Like, who is Anna to him? I don't know much of John Dillinger history. And so people started like looking into it and they're like, oh, Anna is a Russian lady who actually set him up with the FBI when he finally got caught. And I'm like, oh, but why would he be calling me Anna and like telling Nick, like he's telling Nick like on necrophonic, he's gonna beat his ass. That's my woman. You're not allowed to touch her. So like Nick is like touching me, giving me hugs and kisses.
And there I was boxing this ghost named John Dillinger, and it was great.
Nick's got competition.
I'm fighting the prostitutes. He's fighting John Dillinger. Okay, I guess his fight is more epic due to the name, but you know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you sitting there fighting a bunch of prostitutes. Hey, why not?
You know what?
It's
I
ju-
can throw down. I mean,
It's
come
just
on.
another typical Saturday night. No
Yeah, I
big
mean,
deal.
yeah. So, but like we're talking to the man who runs this, and he was like, "Do you also know his girlfriend at the time though was named Anna?" And so, like, people have been sending me pictures of Anna. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
We did.
So we're in a room full of haunted objects, and we do have spirits in the home. So don't be surprised if stuff like that happens, or even if you see shadows or hear disembodied voices. The whole thing like had a white line, it waved the video feed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, but only on ours. So like, and the woman that they sent me, the Russian, I'm like, she's ugly. Like, why am I like, should I be offended? Like, and he's like, no, actually, look. And he pulls up John Dillinger's girlfriend, Anna. And he's like, you two actually have a lot of similarities. But it's funny because every time we're there, like, he's like, you're mine. She's Anna. That's my Anna. Don't touch her. Like, you'll hear it coming through consistently. Like, and he'll be like, no, she's coming home with me. And he'll be like, fuck you. Like Dillinger, and like it comes through the necrophonic, fuck you. She's mine. This place is insane.
And nobody knows about it. There's no advertisements. There's nothing unless you know the owner.
You
It's the
can't
only
get
way you
in.
get in.
Huh.
It's in.
It almost sounds like Rhodes Hotel.
You know,
No,
It's
We
not
dealt with
Rhodes.
John Dillinger there too.
no, it's not Rhodes. I've never been to Rhodes.
It's not Rhodes. It's not Crystal.
Mike and Crystal are awesome.
yes.
Oh, amazing people.
All right,
my
so
God.
we got New Light coming in to say hi.
Hello, New Light.
What up?
I'm assuming,
Hello.
I'm assuming that's probably Mario who's running that one right now. So
Okay. Yeah, we went. That was our third investigation together. Was Rhodes Hotel.
yeah, I have not done that one yet. That was
Yeah, you
before
wasn't with us
I
on
joined
that
you
one.
guys.
That's when we were actually
Yeah.
kings and queens only.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we went there, of course, it used to be a brothel. It used to be all this different stuff. Al Capone and John Dillinger was known to go through there and all kinds of different stuff.
Yep.
From the disembodied footsteps to the full-blown apparition I ended up seeing, waking up to, which, by the way, if you've never done that before, highly recommended. It will scare the crap out of you.
You're talking about Rhodes, right?
Yes.
Yes, Rhodes Hotel. That place there. Now you have to work for it. It's not one of those that are just boom, there it is. But I don't think I got an hour of sleep that night because we all took a room, of course.
Mhm.
And me and her was in the same room. I'm laying there. And next thing I know, I have my hands on my chest and my hands start shaking. I thought she was waking me up. I look over, there's this lady in the doorway just looking at me. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Sam's like, huh? So I get up and I take off. I'm trying to figure out who the hell it is because I've never seen her before.
Right.
This big Victorian dress. I'm like, I get around the doorway, she's gone. I'm like, okay, well, that happened. So I'm like, well, I'm not going back to sleep. That's not happening.
No. Yeah, your adrenaline's through the roof. You ain't going back to sleep.
Mhm.
Oh, 100%. And the footsteps, I mean, the disembodied footsteps is freaking nuts. We're laying in the bed and it's somebody walking in front of our bed. We can hear them walking back and forth. I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
I'm like, okay, well, that's happening too. That's awesome.
So I slept there as well one time I went, and I didn't get a full body apparition or anything like that. But laying there, all of a sudden we heard a fucking cat meowing in the room.
We didn't get an animal.
No.
There's no animals there. There's no cat,
No.
like real, like there's nothing. It was crazy.
Oh,
Let's say we're
All
going
right,
back.
so that's a great way to investigate. Less chance for contamination when there's little to no knowledge on the locations. And yes, it was
you're
there.
right. Look at you with all the knowledge, Adrian.
Well, he's a Canadian as well. Like, what do you want?
I'll tell you this. If you guys are interested in this place, you'll just have to message us, and then we'll forward you the guy's contact information.
Oh, absolutely. Is it local or
perfect.
It's in Indiana.
It's in Indiana.
Okay.
It's-
so it's local?
Yep, it's local.
Information, please. Information.
We're
So
actually
it's-
not that far away from you all, just so you know. We're in southern Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Adrian's the only outsider.
I'm the outsider.
Gotta cross the bridge.
Yeah, I got to cross the bridge and then drive a little further. That's
He
okay.
loves Ohio. That's his favorite state.
Oh my God, no!
Ohio. Oh, don't get me started. about
I'm from Ohio. Shut up. You chose his life.
Man.
You chose
Hey,
his life.
I have nothing against people from Ohio. It's just, goddamn, that's a big ass state to drive through.
Especially when you're going across the top from
It's
Toledo
horrible. It's
to
horrible.
Madison.
I dread.
Well,
every time.
when you're driving from the top and you come through Michigan and you hit Ohio, and then you're just like, oh my fucking God, when does this end?
Yeah,
Adrian
like
comes down from
corn,
time to time and
corn.
stays with us. So he drives all the way down Ohio and into the Indiana. And the way that it takes him-
Ohio. It's like corn. Jesus is real. Corn. You're going to hell. Corn.
He goes all the way from the north of Ohio all the way to the south. Then he goes into Kentucky. Then he comes up into southern Indiana.
Yeah, well, you guys are
He
pretty much
drives the
on
whole
the border.
thing.
So you go all the way down into like
Yeah.
Cincinnati and like curve back up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are pretty much on the border of Kentucky and Indiana, so I mean, it worked out perfectly. So,
Yep.
but that trip into Blackford, I thought I was going to die.
That area there, that's something else.
Oh, there's something else, all right.
on there. That's
Well,
nice.
the problem was, I mean, when I was driving in, it was right after the whole hurricane thing, so it was still tropical storm season. I'm driving through. My GPS is taking me off-roading, more or less, because there was a bunch of floods and shit on the interstate. So I'm driving through corn. Nothing but fucking corn. It's pitch black. It's raining. I've got corn on either side. David calls me at one point. He's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I think I'm gonna fucking die. Something is gonna come out of this cornfield and fucking kill me." Children of the fucking corn is the only thing that came through my fucking mind at that point.
Yeah.
If I had turned my Bluetooth off and put on the radio, I swear to God, I would have heard somebody preaching something. I'm like, I'm done. That would have been it. I'm like, and I'm done.
What part of Ohio you're driving through? I can tell you where not to go.
all I know
Where-
is Northwest Ohio just stinks. It
Rotten
just smells.
eggs.
It just smells.
Like rotten
Oh.
eggs. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I came down through. I came down through Michigan out of Detroit and then that way. So it's just a long ass fucking drive through Ohio. Holy shit.
Sounds like the night.
Like, it's the heart of it all, and they make you suffer through it too. Like, you got to feel every beat of that motherfucker.
Yep.
Oh, no kidding. And when you think you're dead, they hit you with the fucking paddles just to make it happen again.
God bless America.
Ohio.
Oh, don't worry, Mario. We got that. We're working on that one already. So Mario's saying that we got to get you guys up here.
Oh, we're working on that. Trust
Yes,
me.
we are.
We are working on that.
I've never been to Canada before.
We haven't either.
Never been.
I've been to Windsor a bunch of times
That-
before
That's Canada. That counts.
2001.
So
Well, that was before me.
We would go
So-
up there before I turned 21. just to
well,
come
yeah,
see
because we
them.
can drink at 19,
Yeah.
18 in some.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's
Priorities at 19. Let's go to Canada. We can get drunk.
Well, I mean,
Maybe-
I believe some provinces it's actually 18 still.
I think it was 18 in Windsor. Yeah, it had to have been. I don't know. All I know is trying to come back over that bridge to, customs or border patrol or whatever it is. and
Oh,
they're
I'm sure that worked real well.
Why are you in Canada? And all 4 or 5 of us just blurred out. A different
Oh,
fuck.
I'm surprised, like, you made it this far.
Trust me.
She
Trust me.
said the same thing about me.
Yep.
So let's talk about the state house a little bit. So for everybody that don't know, that we're going to go on and announce now, March 21st, 22nd, and part of the 23rd up to noon, we will be going to the state house to investigate. So tell us a little bit about the state house. How did it come about? When it was built?
All right. So
Oh yeah, I got you right when you took a bite.
it's all right. I got this. I did the tour tonight. I know my ish. Okay, so Nick and his family actually moved in 1987 when little dear Nick was only 7 years old.
I'm
So-
still the same size.
He hasn't grown since. It's amazing. But so they moved in, and right after they moved in is when the paranormal activity actually started, with pots and pans that flew off of a rack that they had in the kitchen. So they've always had experiences, varying degrees, uncomfortableness, but it was a very loving home. Like, there was no abuse in the home. And when you go into the home, like, you can feel that family love still there. Like, it resonates within the home. But mom moved out actually on my birthday in September, and she moved in with big sister Michelle. And we were going to sell it. She wanted to sell the house. So we had it all set to go. But out of, curiosity kills the cat, we went in to investigate. And this place lit up like the 4th of July for us.
Because pretty much, we knew there was a cast of characters in the house. So we knew the house was empty. So I got Brie and my sister and then my daughter.
So you had 3 mediums.
And I was like, let's go to the house, investigate. Let's find out who's been there the whole time, type of thing. And we just had some really crazy stuff happen that night. And, so talking with Brie, and I was like, I'm going to talk to mom to see if we, if she was cool having some of our friends up, check it out, see what they think. So we called up Amber from Illuminate Beyond, and her and little Amber and Ashley came up.
So 3 more mediums.
Now, taller Amber is really good friends with Brie. So she knew that it was my childhood home and it was empty. But she didn't say a word to the other 2. So they had no clue. They just knew that they got access to an empty house in Fort Wayne. Okay. And then they came up, and then they came over for lunch, and they were just like, whoever lived there, I don't know how they slept, and they just kept talking about it. And then finally it was like, that was my childhood home. They're like, no fucking way. And they're like, it makes so much sense now. And they're like, this, it was crazy. So then, we put it out there. We didn't know how long we would have it. So we had it available to what, January?
January. It was basically like a soft drop. Like it wasn't like a fully available. I mean, you could have it 7 days a week, but like I wasn't even really pushing it because not knowing what to say or how to go about it. It was easier for Nick to push it for the small amount of time that we had. Like, hey, come check out my childhood home for him. And on New Year's Day, we met with Mom and Michelle because like Nick and I had been talking about it, and we're like, we can make this happen. Like we could legit make this into a location. When you come to Fort Wayne, you've got the Bell Mansion, you've got the Oyster Bar, and that's it. And even the, like it's hit or miss on whether or not you can investigate. Sometimes the Masonic Lodge might have an investigation here or there, but that's hit or miss. There's nothing here in this part of Indiana. Like you got to go across the state line into Ohio to like Auglaize Village or like Middle Point School. So we were like, this could do it. Mom could still have her bills paid, and we could have this amazing legacy family location. We're all hands on deck.
So, and this was all because of about 7 or 8 different groups.
Yeah.
Came in, and each one of them, with what they came back with, they were like floored, with the amount of activity and evidence they were getting, and disembodied voices to watching shit move to this or that, and I was like, I don't know, let's go talk to Mom, see what she wants to do. I talked to my sister, and Mom's like, I said, I pretty much just told Mom, I said, hey, don't sell it. I said the house can pay for itself, as long as the minimum pays for, the mortgage, utilities, shit like that. Why not? And if you make a little extra money, Mom, it's for you. She's retired. She doesn't have any retirement plan or anything like that. She lives off a typical older person off Social Security. I'm like,
right.
And it's not like we were opening it to make money. Like, no, we have a shitload of groups that said this is worth it.
Yeah.
So that's what it led to, and that's why it's so cheap. And, we give people a really allotted amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, you get it from 6 p.m. to noon the next day. You get 5 people for a group of 5. It's $150 up to each additional person after is $35 a head. But, with the people that have been in the evidence that's been caught, we had only one group tell us it was a slow night. And we were like, oh, we're sorry to hear that. Like, what did you experience? Did you experience anything? And they're like, oh, we got the disembodied voice of a little boy. The equipment went off. Pretty sure we got some EVPs. Oh, and we were all standing here and watched somebody's keys move across the kitchen counter.
And I'm like, that's a slow night.
That's a slow night? How are you investigating that then? Right, I mean, are people like levitating? Being thrown out of windows and then caught?
We've had some slow nights.
Into the ceiling and there's nothing holding them there. Like, I'm starting to wonder here. Like,
right. But I mean, like, and you're going to have slow nights as investigators. We're going to have it where there's locations where you have to work for your evidence. Yes. You got to figure out trigger objects or key phrases to get them to respond, or do they prefer certain pieces of equipment, or do they not like equipment at all because it scares them?
Like for instance, you guys went to Bladford County Jail, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
I've investigated that place probably 30 times. Now, I can tell you there's some nights it was like off the rails crazy. There were some nights I was there with absolutely nothing. We played games and just chit-chatted. Like, that's, it's you're not always guaranteed, but I to me, like, I tell people all the time, like, when you book like the Monroe House or the Ross House or Beale Manor or Whispers Estate, something like that, you need to book it for multiple days. The Bel Air House, Hinsdale, Wildwood, places like that, a smaller location, a house, you need to like almost move in and chill, do your everyday life. And I'm telling you that there, you'll get more evidence out of that scenario versus, were you talking to this?
Yeah.
Will you touch the tip?
Please, some. I have some more.
Right. Because like when we went to the Ross house and we were helping with the renovations, doing the floor, and like I was helping, Cindy with the business plan and how to decorate and make it all flow, on a floor plan style. The first night was kind of slow. After that first night, we could not fucking sleep. They were like, "Oh no, you're here to play. We're gonna fucking play. Get the fuck, get out of bed, bitch. Like, let's go."
This is the only place because I've slipped.
He
It's
sleeps everywhere.
I don't care.
He sleeps.
I'm out.
I can't.
The devil could be dancing on me and I'm sleeping. Like, holler at me tomorrow, bro.
We're at Bel Air, and like we're in one of the rooms that has a couch, and we got the REM pod on it, right? I'm watching this shadow person like kind of like go through the room. I'm like, babe, yeah. Do you see that? I don't know. I'm sleeping. He goes right back, right? And like the REM pod goes ape shit to the point where I watch it die. Red light is off. It's dead, right? And like you can feel the energy shift. And then I'm watching this shadow person trying to figure out how to get to me. Goes back over, and the REM pod, which is now dead, comes back to life. Like throughout the whole fucking night. I'm like, can I sleep, please? Please? And then it did it the next following morning, and somebody else got to hear it. And he's just laying there, passed out, snoring through. I like, you missed everything.
No, I
There was
didn't.
really only one location that I was not able to sleep at, and that was Stone Mansion.
Yep.
That place was crazy the whole night.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have her getting ready to pass out when we first get there.
Yep.
And then down the basement was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
The second floor, I'm sitting in a chair, handcuffed, blindfolded with a spirit box on. And I get pulled backwards in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm not sleeping tonight. Cool.
Well, Stone's kind of the same way. I mean, I've been there.
You guys got your kinks, don't you?
Ew.
we just
Straight jackets, handcuffs, blindfolds.
Friday night paranormal after dark.
we try to do things that most people won't do. Pretty much what it comes down with.
Okay, so let's put it this way. Nick, Brie, did you by chance see the poll that David had put up
The poll?
as to shit that people want to see happen to me on our investigation?
No.
No.
I mean,
Hey, hold on. Hey, Nick, why don't you go? I don't know whose phone you're using if you're using a phone, but
No,
go
we're-
on to Wolf Royalty and scroll down until you see the poll and look at those and tell me
Dude,
if
look at
that's
the
something
options.
you would
Look at
do.
the options.
We gotta look at these. All right, hold on.
I didn't know if they seen it or not. I was waiting for a comment.
So while we're looking
Well,
at that,
I
Give me a
figured
little-
if they hadn't realized that we're not quite normal,
Right?
then let's just bring up the poll.
she's scrolling. So what we're finding out about the state house is a lot to do with the land. So we're like 5 minutes from downtown, 5 minutes from the Bell Mansion. And the
I
wars
think
that
she found it.
I
Taking
think
place.
The look on her face says she found it.
Hog time! That got my vote.
I read that totally different. I thought it said full Estes method with a hot dog. I was like, what?
Now, would that be a cheese brat?
It would.
I suppose it could be.
Sorry, Adrian.
It would.
All right, what's the rest of them?
No challenges or scenarios, just you and the location. Nah, that's boring. Straight jacket, hog tiled while it's a small world plays over.
Whoa.
Oh, I read that wrong. Flashlight REM pod with trigger object. I read that one so
Wow,
wrong.
you did not read flashlight right, did you?
No, it was REM pod. I read wrong. Sorry, Adrian.
All good.
So, are we gonna be able to be there while this is partaking?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And if you notice, there was only one that won.
Which one won?
Hogtied.
Okay. It should have been like hogtied in my underwear for a while. Like, put it super awkward.
God, Nick, don't give him any other ideas.
Well, I mean,
I like it.
this was a family location. At one point, it was a duplex too, so it had multiple families therefore in it. So, be walking around and being hogtied in your underwear, I'm sure at some point did happen.
Now I live there.
Well,
I've known about it, honey.
I mean, maybe what.
You
No, I
might
don't want to
not-
think about that. No.
yeah,
No.
please don't.
She's sweet.
Nick's gonna have nightmares now.
Did you not hear her on the phone the other night?
No, I didn't. I tuned it out.
Yeah, right. Mom and I were howling. You were like,
But yeah, definitely
Okay,
y'all will be there when we hog tie Adrian.
Sorry, I
we
got a
didn't have
question
to get 'em
here.
on the bed. So remember my friend Carrie? I told you it's going to be in town. That like
Yeah.
came over when you guys are investigating. That's Carrie. That's my sis Carrie. That's gonna. You guys get to meet her too.
Okay,
Nice.
$1.99.
she'll be able to encounter the hog tie as well.
She might know a couple of different rope tricks too. She was a jailer.
Oh,
You're
God.
screwed, Adrian. You're screwed. Just suck it up, Buttercup.
So what's your question, Adrian?
No, that was the whole thing. Like, it was a secret location and get them on the bed. I really had a question about that. It just
That's
sounded really
the one we were
wrong.
telling
for-
you about. That's the one we were telling you about. Now we had our friend. It's actually Nick's childhood friend John on the bed.
Uh-huh.
And we had tripwires. We had cat balls. And we had $20 bills. So we put $20 bills all over this man. We put a $20 bill on his crotch with a cat ball on top, right? And we told him barely move, like don't move, barely breathe. This man, I think, stopped breathing for about 10 minutes. He did not move a damn muscle. So Carrie has her
I
SL.
wouldn't either at that point.
So we're like encouraging the prostitutes to show themselves, right? Like, we got money for you. It's right there. All you got to do is touch it. Right up the ball, right? And so she's got her SLS camera out, and this figure showed up that was doing quite a good. Let's just say, we'll give her a big hand, like.
She was doing her duties to get that $20 bill.
No, it's not so much duty. It was more of she deserves a round of applause.
Oh,
She's
wow.
very good with her hands. And that fucking cat ball lit up.
I'm sure it did.
And we're like, do you feel anything? He's like, no. Like,
I'm
barely-
not saying a word. Nope.
And we're
I
like,
said
"Don't even look
nothing.
at it." Yeah, she vigorously, and it was vigorous. I've got the video. Like, it's on my TikTok. You can, she did a real good job.
Yeah, she vigorously earned her $1.99.
She was very flexible. Like, her leg, like, I was quite impressed and slightly jealous. Let's put it that way.
No comment.
So, Adrian, this is going to be a fun night for you, I promise.
Oh, it sounds like it because I mean, this comment is a little frightening for me. I'm not gonna lie.
It should be. It should be.
He said it should be.
She was a jailer. She kind of
Also owned a horse farm, great with ropes and ties. Oh God.
And we will
You know,
make
he's
sure
gonna-
we bring plenty of both.
See, you remember when you were talking shit about Indiana and just cornfields?
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So this is
The whole
payback.
time you're
Okay.
hog-tied, man, you're going to have to shuck corn.
Oh, she's even got cuffs for you too, Adrian.
I see that.
Now, I'm sure those were used at some point in the house.
I'm sure they
So that
probably
could
were.
be a very valid trigger object.
We have the
It
word.
might be.
We got a little bit of everything.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So with that being said, though, Adrian's going to be making a poll for what's going to happen to me on my solo. So I'm still waiting for this. I haven't seen a post on it yet. I think he's still trying to come up with some things.
Yeah. I mean,
AJ,
But
just
you
hit
see
us
the-
up. We'll give you some ideas.
absolutely, we'll do. But
Sorry,
the one thing you'll realize is, I mean, there's nothing. Well, let's not say nothing. But
You better be careful, bud.
There's,
I mean,
there's
this
very
is-
little that's out of bounds for stuff like this. So
It's all for science. That's what they told me when
exactly.
I wanted to throw hands with some spirit prostitutes. So
Well, and that's just it. I mean, if it's all for science, hey, I got no problem with it.
I'm glad you said that. We need to get the assless chaps.
Right.
Oh shit!
do you have a ball gag?
Now we won't be able to put that on the live, but
Oh no, we
Hey,
can clear
Brie,
we can clear
What?
that. What are you talking
I
about?
heard that.
A ball gag?
I heard that.
We planned on getting some of those.
these Brie and Nick's gonna be sitting there. These people are freaks. Y'all gonna have a big
Yeah,
conversation
I'm
when you get off this. I can already say it.
Look at what Carrie just said.
I'm waiting for it
If
to
we
come up.
get pulled over on the way to the state house and they search my car, there's going to be lots of questions. Yeah, there will be.
Facts.
Hidden in a little department in
It's-
your equipment. They don't have to. They just
It's
see.
okay. I know most cops, so we're good.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's going to be questions because, I mean, I'm a Canadian. What are you doing? You got a
Right.
Canadian hogtied in a house.
Well, you know what's funny is like what would be really funny is if the cops came like they did the one time while we were there live.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was.
We
Yeah,
actually
Carrie
had
had mentioned that.
Paul.
Yeah, I've
on
seen that the
live.
cops showed up and contaminated everything.
Well, what's funny is that the cop walks in and I've got REM pod, like the way we had the REM pod set up. The REM pod, as he's walking into the house, the REM pod starts going ape shit in front of me. And then it stopped. When he got right there, it stopped. And he's like, have you guys gotten anything? As soon as he asked that question, the REM pod went ape shit again. And people are like, on the live, they're like, it's got to be his radio. And I'm like, no. If it was his radio, why would it have stopped, turned back on, and immediately stopped again? Like it turned back on, hit all the colors really bright, maybe 30 seconds, and then it turned back off.
I had to give you a minute there, David.
Oh,
What his ball gag is said. My aunt is watching this right now. I don't know if she's laughing her ass off or if she's praying for us.
She's probably.
so this is kind of
Probably a
what
little bit of
happens
both.
when we have these laugh.
Probably both, yeah.
It always turns
That's
to
usually
this.
what happens. It turns really strange.
Hey,
Not as bad as the last one, but this.
Hey, we are
Oh
all
God,
a little bit
nothing
strange
could.
people.
Mm. Okay, so what was this about the cops? Poker face was on point.
Oh, his poker face. Yeah. And then he's like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, oh, a paranormal investigation. And he's like, oh, well, have you caught anything? And it was actually right when he said that that he hit the door, and that's when the REM pod kicked on. And I'm like, well, that's going off right now. And he was like, huh. Well, what's there a balloon doing over here? And he just walks down the other hall, like, what's down here?
what was funny? So we're we're standing there investigating, and both of us were like, "Did you hear?" Like we could hear a conversation, and so we're like, "What the fuck?" Like full
We're
blown.
hearing disembodied voices, according, what we're thinking.
And so we got both rigs sitting here, and we're facing down the hallway, and all of a sudden my phone rings, and it's a really weird number, and I'm like, I kind of know that number, like it. And I'm looking at
And he
her,
looks at me.
and she's like, "Well, just answer it." So I go ahead and answer it. So my TikTok live stops, but you can hear the full conversation off of Bree's because she was still alive. And she goes, "Is this Nicholas Carboni?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Do you know the house 726 West State?" And I'm like, "It's my mother's house." She goes, "Is anybody there?" And I'm like, "I'm here. Why?" She goes, "Well, there's a bunch of police officers outside." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
Well, she was like, because he's like, she's asking these questions, and we're kind of looking at each other, like, who the hell, like, why, like, and I'm like, oh my god, and she's like, well, this is Fort Wayne Police Department dispatch, and you've got like 3 cops outside that would like to talk to you. Will you go answer the front door, please? And we're just like, oh,
No.
but do we have to?
Did we really just get swatted? This is messed up.
Well,
Like,
that's
we're
what
on
people
an
thought.
investigation.
That's what people
People
thought
were
on the
freaking out.
TikTok. We were getting
Oh my god,
swatted.
they're getting swatted.
But what happened was our neighbor Susan, which she's lived there before us. I mean, I grew up with her 2 sons. She saw lights in the house and thought somebody broke in and called the cops. So that's what happened. And so I opened the door, and he, the guy's like, how you doing? I was like, well, good. How are you? And he's like, whose house is this? I said, it's my mother's. He's like, so you're, I'm like, so yeah. I'm like, you guys can come in if you want. Like, you know what I mean? So they come in. The one guy, he was all being kind of serious. The other 2 that's with him, they're dying laughing in the living room.
Yeah.
They think this is funny as
Facts.
shit.
Fact. Now, and this is before we released it as a full-time location. This is still when we're just doing it soft, kind of on the DL, just trying to get a little bit of people to come in, just to like buffer cost while we're waiting, because there was also, it was an illegal thing going on. So it was like, it was sold, but it was like stalled out. So that was another reason why we were having people come in to help mom out with the finances, to help cover, the house, and like have income come in. I mean, that'd be dumb not to use it. That's what it's there for, And we hadn't, so it hadn't even been officially released publicly, didn't have a page. We weren't pushing like we are now. But let me tell you, that night, I think after that night is when we got hit up pretty hard with stuff.
Yeah.
Like, people were like, so tell us more about the state house.
Right.
Why are the cops there?
That was
What happened?
it was interesting for sure.
Well, I knew that I needed to message quickly, because with the way that it was looking, it looked like it was going to be filled up pretty quick.
Oh, we're booked. Our weekends are booked fully now to mid-April.
Mhm.
Right.
And we've even got Sunday nights that are going now too. We're trying to get people in for the week. So you hit it right at the right point, because we already had one weekend gone in March when you messaged, and right after you messaged, March was it lit up. It was gone.
And I kind of know this. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but I co-founded the Bell here in Fort Wayne. So I understood how to launch a place, but I also understood it will take a couple months to cycle, because most people are like, okay, new location, let's see what everybody else gets.
Right.
Yeah.
Before you invest to go to this place. Which, trust me, I'm the same way. I get it. So we were shocked that it hasn't taken that long. Like, everybody is picking up to it, but it helps to have like Jeff Fett and Gina Vlasbaum and Live Paranormal and Christopher Lee Jansen and Kennedy Baus and who else?
Joel Klingensmith.
Oh
like,
yeah,
with
Michigan Ghost Hunters.
They just dropped their video on YouTube that they did. He actually, because he interviewed Nick for the video, but then knowing that I'm a medium, he came back and was like, I would like to interview you for the video as well. And I was like, that's cool. Not a problem. And so it was really cool. So in the video, you're going to have both of us doing small voiceovers of like what we see, what we felt, his experiences, my experiences. And, but like when we got done with the interview, he was talking more to me about it. And he's like, I'll be honest, I had 4 other videos that were ahead of this one for editing. And I put those 4 to the side because of how insane the state house is. He was like, at one point, I actually became overwhelmed from the activity. He goes, and Brie, I'm going to tell you what, we didn't have barely any equipment out. I didn't have REM pods and tripwire. Like, we didn't pull out the big guns for this location. But at one point, I'm standing there not knowing where the disembodied voices are coming from, where the footsteps are at, where the knocks are coming. There was just, it was everywhere at once. And it actually, it was overwhelming And I was like, that's really cool. Like, that's so validating to a location when you can get interaction from spirit and you're not using all the bells and whistles, so to speak, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
the
the-
way that we typically do things on an investigation, we're a little different, as you can see. We're not your normal investigators, that's for sure.
A little different.
When we go into the location, we're first filling it out, trying to feel, what can we feel, right? The stuff really don't come out until later that night.
Well, it just depends technically. If we decide to play hide and seek,
Oh yeah.
they normally
Well,
got
yeah,
enough
'cause I haven't fully experienced hide and seek yet.
No, you have not.
Not
So-
Wait,
fully.
you play hide and seek with the spirits?
Yes.
Yeah, and with each other too.
So we did it over at Randolph Infirmary, which, by the way, if you planned on playing hide and seek in that place, have a massive crowd
Yes.
because it takes a while to find people.
it's a big
Well,
place.
I
The
thought
only
it would
thing
be
hide
fun.
and seek with there was a bat when I was doing a solo in the basement.
We're not going to
I
talk
thought
about
it would
that.
be
Like
fun.
a black shadow figure actually materialized, and like people I was live on TikTok, they thought it was too, and it disappeared. So then I'm like walking down the hall, like, where'd it go? Like, let's go find this. And then this big ass bat comes flying at me, like dive bombs me. I about dive on the ground, like trying to rescue the rig. And I'm like, it's a fucking, and everybody's losing their shit. It's a bat.
So when we were playing hide and seek in Randolph, I had this great idea because I like to scare people. I worked in a haunted house for a long time, and I was like, "Oh, this is a perfect opportunity. Raise the fear.
No,
Maybe
you don't like
it'll
to scare
start-
people at all, David.
Maybe it'll, bring activity forth." So I have a realistic Freddy Krueger mask. It's silicone. I mean, it's about as legit as you can get. It's face formed, and I put coveralls on. Now the seeker did not know that I was dressed like this.
Oh no.
So he comes seeking, and I can hear him. So I'm following him around, and he doesn't see me at first. And I hear him getting ready to come around the steps to the basement where I'm at. I'm down in the basement. So he comes to the stairway, and he's getting ready to come down. And he takes the UV light, and he shines it up. As soon as he does, he shines it right in my face.
Oh shit.
The dude about crapped himself. Hide and seek was pretty much done after that. He didn't want no part of it. But after that happened, there was so much that happened, and it continued. It never stopped.
Wow.
But Randolph, I think I had the best sleep I've ever had in my life, knowing that the person that I scared was my brother-in-law, which made me that much prouder.
That's awesome.
We were last time we were there, we investigated Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. And we were TikTok live. So it was about 12:30, quarter to 1. And we get to I think it's Lulu's room. And so I walked down and I put the rig in the hallway looking into the room. And the guy I was with walks up next to me. So he's got an IDC direct link, right? And as soon as he stops, and I kind of turned to him to joking around, Merry Christmas, a little girl's voice comes through and goes, Santa. Oh, I was like, oh my God, everybody, Brie was freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. It's like, that was cool. That was cool.
That was really
Oh,
cool.
That's intelligent right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law
Yeah,
was
that's
a full skeptic. He was down in the basement. He's seen something. He won't tell us what he's seen.
No.
He said he's seen something, and he's like, I just don't understand what I seen. Well, what'd you see? Well, I can't explain it. How can you not explain it? You've seen it.
Right.
Right.
So we're thinking he's seen what they said is the
Creeper.
creeper crawler or something. He said it had like
Flowers are amazing.
mental note. I'm bringing extra clothing for March visit.
Scare the shit out
That
of him.
might be a good idea, Carrie.
I can't say, well, I only do it to certain locations, right? With you telling me that this was a loving home and stuff like that, it's a little different. I have to take a different approach to that. With the infirmary, you got to think there was a lot of abuse, a lot of things like that. You had a maintenance man that was killed there on property. There was so much that went on with that. That's why I decided to use the coveralls and the Freddy mask and stuff like that to try to draw out things that is more familiar to those people.
Right.
With this place, it'll be a little different. It'll probably be a hide and seek moment, hearing about a kid and things like that. Because the hide and seek, believe it or not, it does really well. It brings out kids like crazy.
Yes, it does.
So another, if you want to do trigger, I would suggest Native American.
Yeah. That's a good. That's good.
We got that one covered.
So,
Yeah, that's covered
like,
already.
Adrian, do you speak French?
Very little.
We.
Speak. No, seriously, speak French. Like, speak French. So one thing you got to think of is the history of the land that the building is on, but also surrounding the town that it's in, the area that it's in. The history of the land is going to play a part in a haunting. And I fully agree with Nick when he says, I can guarantee any place you go to is going to be haunted. It's just whether or not you acknowledge it or even it manifests itself to you. You can have spirits with you and you never know it, you know? And so there was a fort, you know, like it's called Fort Wayne for a reason.
Hold on.
And the war.
She means anywhere because she almost took a shit in the sheets because she saw
I did
something.
not. No, when we were driving to Hanover last week, we were at Sheets to get gas and, you know, some goodies. And I'm in the bathroom and there's like 6 stalls. All of the doors were wide open. I'm the only person in there. And I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm looking and I see like a darker shadow than like the shadow that's already on the floor, like move in, like move forward and then move back. And I actually take my glasses off. I turn my head. I blink my eyes, wipe my glasses off, put them back on.
Wipe her butt.
I was peeing. I was taking a piss. And I look back and this same black, it was like a human. And I'm like, I know there's nobody in there. And like, I did everything I could to debunk it. The toilet paper dispenser was on the wrong wall for it to be that shadow. But on top of it, for it to move and it be a darker shadow than what was already casted on the floor from like the wall, the doors, you know. Yeah, as if they're not scary enough. But what was cool is like, after we left though, like I started seeing the things that are happening in the sheets. Like I'm seeing like, you know, the refrigerator doors pop open.
You ever been to a Sheets gas station?
And get the sheets scared out of you?
No, I have not.
Yeah, actually I have Bucky.
Well, this ain't as good as Bucky's.
Bucky's is like Walmart and like, you know, a pilot had an illegitimate baby and Bucky's was born.
Bucky scared the shit out of me. We walked through the door and there's like 17 fucking people that just yelled, "Welcome to Bucky's." I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck did I just walk into?
Or and
I'm
then
in the bathroom.
What is it, sauce on?
Yeah, they scream when they go to put the sauce on the pork. They scream.
Yeah, that
I'm
too.
in the bathroom. A guy comes up to me. He's like, "You done yet?" I'm like, bro, I just started." He was like, "Well, I got to clean that." I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm done." So I move over to the next one. He's just looking at me. I'm like, "Bro, can I finish up and then you can clean it up?"
Do you
Oh
want
my
me to
God.
clean the floor? Where am I supposed to go?
What is
She knows how to talk about bedding. Yeah.
I'm betting.
But like, so it's like, you know, you also got like the War of 1812 here too. And so you've got the French, you've got the Native Americans, you've also got British. I mean, there's different nationalities, people that are coming over.
They didn't want to know too much.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you got to look at the land. You got to look at the land. You know,
Which Native Americans was out there? Is that Apache or is that?
Isn't like
Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is actually like it's widely known, like because if you go up around like even like Toledo, there's a fort there from the War of 1812.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. I went there to highlight it because they got a lot of paranormal shit, and they actually walked me off the property. Yeah.
They walk
So in the
off
state
the
of
car.
Ohio, if it's part of the actual Ohio Historical Society, you are not allowed to do anything paranormal related on location. Not, and even if you do it across the street on public property, they've got loopholes to get.
Oh.
Yep. So I was like, okay, turn around, and I found a jail that was all over the news and newspapers, and it's
You also asinine about that. You know how much money the paranormal generates in small communities,
know.
stuff like
A
that.
lot.
Mhm.
And these historical societies have such a burr up their ass.
Yeah.
You are going to make way more money having people come in to investigate than you are doing your stupid little tours.
Or like ghost tours. Like we have a lot of activity, like in museums and stuff. People eat that stuff up. The curiosity. It's the unexplainable that people don't, look at all the videos on TikTok and YouTube of unexplainable, the any aspect of paranormal. Look at how many views they got. People are terrified, but they can't get enough of it. They want to know more because it satiates that thirst because they want to understand it. They want to overcome that fear.
Right.
Okay.
See, the big thing when we started this group, when we started Kings and Queens, it was like, we're not to get famous. We care less about that crap. We can care less about it's all about information, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to know the science behind it. And then when we met with Adrian, we found out, his thought process and ours were the same. That's why you'll never see us. We never promote ourselves. We would never do that. We're not self-promoting. We will promote others. And we always will and always have. But when it comes to ourselves, we just won't do it.
We got ghost hunting housewives here.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
So I don't know if you all know Brie and Nick, but we have to wait for our TV to show the message because I can't see it on the small screen. I'm blind.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I get a delay over here on messages.
Yeah. So that's why I will be putting pretty much every message that goes up so that my blind friend over there can actually see them all.
Makes sense now. Got it.
But yeah, I mean, we're really excited to come to this the State House. It's going to be interesting. I mean, to be live that long, for people to be able to pretty much be in our shoes is pretty much what it comes down. They get to investigate as much as we do. We're going to be interacting with the chat. So as people are talking or whatnot, and if they want us to do a certain experiment, we're going to do it. It's just.
Or there's also, if they happen to see something that we don't while we're in a particular spot, it can then be radioed from the base camp to whoever's in that location saying so and so just saw this. Did you happen to notice something at that time?
Yeah, I love doing a live aspect because not only do you get to expand the investigation, but you get to interact with so many people around the world. And we always tell people that when they come in, when we're investigating, like, get some headphones.
Oh yeah.
Because the audio that you're getting is completely different than the audio and the ambient, surrounding for us. You are apt to hear a spirit in a disembodied voice over, Facebook or TikTok live versus us hearing it in real time.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because the microphones on there pick up, 360 degrees and certain radio wavelengths and all that good stuff, where our ears just don't hear it. And we absolutely love it. Do you get some trolls in there? Yeah, but then you troll back. That's half the fun.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And we love that part. That's our favorite part.
Yep.
Oh, getting to troll back? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope you're all ready, too, because we're going to be putting y'all in the investigations as well. I don't know how long you all plan on being there, but we'll.
Yeah, I mean,
we're coming up with some
I
things.
mean, we could throw up another poll as to what we could do to you guys, but
Yeah,
I'm down. I'm always down.
I'm not doing the Tom Cruise thing. You gonna slide in the room in your underwear?
I will have a white dress shirt on.
We know how to do it.
And hopefully my
shorts on.
bunny that needs an ACL doesn't like hyperextend and like do a stinky twisty thing. So you know.
Okay, so Brie, maybe we won't have you do that one in case the ACL does hyperextend, and then we have to like carry you out, kind of thing. So,
No, you're gonna leave me there. I'm and put a K2 in my hand, and you know, I will crawl. I will freaking.
He's going to be the forever trigger object.
I will
There
be
we
the
go.
forever trigger object,
She
and I will
is.
crawl through the house.
She is the new area rug.
But yeah, we're really excited. We can't wait. We'll have our 2 daughters with us. They're part of our crew.
That's
One of
awesome.
them's 18, the other one's 14.
Okay.
So
That's awesome. I love that it's a family thing.
well, I mean, speaking of family thing, after our last investigation that my daughter actually joined us on, which was her very first one ever.
Yep.
She's been inducted into Wolf Royalty now as well.
That's
That-
awesome.
that's
I love that.
I had a lot
And-
of opportunities to do like paranormal kids classes and stuff like that. That was my favorite time. It was just fun.
oh, it's fun. We put those kids through the ringer. I can tell you that.
Yep.
Good.
Well, you definitely gave Chandra a run for her money when it came to that, but she's a trooper.
Oh yeah. And like we tell everybody, we're not going to have you do anything that we wouldn't do ourselves, right?
Which is
Now,
a very wide range of things, by the way.
Yes, it is.
now sleeping in a straitjacket for 4 hours, I felt bad after the first hour.
So how did your
I
arm?
didn't care.
Like, could you undo them?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, see, there's just no way. There's no way. There's no way.
No, I was literally stuck. I could move my arm a little bit, and that was basically how I rolled myself over every so often.
So
I felt bad.
a guy is willing to put a straitjacket on and sleep for 4 hours. Should that said guy just really be in a straitjacket then? I mean, really?
Maybe a little.
Like I said, I felt bad after the first hour,
I
but
needed,
I thought about it,
to
I'm like,
hug myself. It's okay. I was feeling a little low.
there was
You
3
did it
flights of
wrong.
stairs to get to him. I'm like, I feel
Yeah,
bad,
Sam
but
was
the
on
same way, I don't want to go up
You're
the
playing
stairs.
peekaboo every so often.
Yeah, me and him are playing peekaboo every so often, but I was just waiting for him to go, okay, I'm done.
Nah.
He woke
I-
up with a massive headache.
Yes, it did. Took
We
some
just
abs. It was
medicated
gone.
him and got him on his way.
Yep.
Another cool thing about the house, guys, the amenities around there makes it kind of easy too. There's plenty of, you go one way, there's like a Walgreens, a pizza joint, a chicken, and donuts. You go the other way, there's a gas station, Dairy Queen, Arby's, another
Grocery
gas
store.
station. Another block down is, a grocery store. So everything is accessible.
Yeah.
So-
Adrian, you're going to have to answer that question, sir,
Now,
because you're the only one that knows.
Speaking of accessible, Carrie's question about what about having an itchy spot. There were a few times where my nose did get very itchy.
And yet,
Did you just pee yourself?
No,
You had help?
no.
Sure that he
I was okay, but my nose got itchy, and of course my arms were stuck. I did have a small pillow under my head, so I just kind of flipped myself onto my front and just rubbed my face into the damn pillow till that went away and flipped myself back over again.
What makes this better, Nick? Hey, Adrian, how tall are you?
6'5".
Jesus Christ. You're going to have fun upstairs. You'll walk around like this the whole time.
Well, I mean, that's nothing new. I mean, I've worked in places they have like a 6-foot ceiling, so I'm.
Oh, you should have seen him in the little area for Blackford down in the basement. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
fun.
Well, I mean, that was actually a lot more open than I expected, to be honest.
Yes.
I only busted my head once, and it was walking into the little hole to get to the little hallway with the
Yeah,
little crew.
that's where I hit mine too.
Yeah.
you didn't knock yourself out though.
Not that time. I have
You
before.
did one time.
Yeah, I was actually at work when I did that.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were like on an investigation. I was like, well, that's your best trigger object ever.
No, I
So-
haven't done that yet, but I mean, the unfortunate part is I think you might have just given David another idea.
So I brought up his height that way when you all
Just
see
like, shut
him,
up, Brie.
it wasn't going to surprise you when you see Yeti come out of his little car.
Come on.
What kind of car do you got?
I got a Corolla, so it's this little. Yeah,
You got to fold yourself up like a little.
Yes, he does.
I'm like a little tough.
I really wish you had a smart car because it made it that much better.
Dude,
I
I
was,
could
like,
not
thinking
fit in a
Prius.
smart car.
Like a little Prius or something.
Yeah.
Oh God, ew, no.
You see his knees on the windshield. He's like, I'm driving.
Look, Mom, no hands.
We need to go over
Oh, yeah,
Thursday night
totally for science. Completely for science.
before they get there and pump the spirits up for them for science.
Oh, absolutely.
Please do.
Oh yes, please do.
You gonna bring us down some like real maple syrup?
I could.
Oh, you should bring
I
him some Turkish crap.
I want some candies.
What?
They've got good candies.
Oh, yeah.
in the
Adrian, bring her down some candy.
Okay, so
real maple syrup.
so
We're
the
gonna go down the
reason why David is laughing right now is because there are certain candies we have up here that you guys don't have down there. One of which is called Turkish Delight. So I grabbed that as well. That did not go over so well.
No.
It doesn't
What
go
was
over
it, a
well
black
here,
carrot? Is that what it's called? Black carrot?
basically.
What?
What is
It's
it?
basically what it is. But no, it's
I
called a
couldn't tell
Turkish
you.
Delight.
The
It's
texture alone was enough for me.
yeah, it doesn't go over that well up here either. So much. So but yeah, I'll
You
bring you
got to
some of
bring
the
at
other
least
ones.
one of those where they could try it.
I'll bring it. I'll bring a small one. Yes.
But that's going to be on y'all. I can't do it. I
No.
tried it once. I can't do it again.
Yeah, but there were some winners that I brought down, so you're good.
I don't know. We can talk to him later on. But yeah, they got some weird candy. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have Smarties there, but they're not the same as ours.
None of our foods. The
No,
same.
you got smart asses. That's what you got.
No, that's just what I am.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I hope you're all ready to have fun because when we come down or come up, like I said, it's going to be fun.
Well, I'll be coming. I'll be coming down. You all will be coming up.
Be going up. Yeah.
That
but
don't
I
sound
we
don't
have-
sound right.
sound right.
That don't sound
That
right.
don't sound right.
No,
We don't never sound
very
right.
little of what we say sounds
Of
right.
course,
It's okay.
Adrian goes down.
All the words. All the words. I'm
But
just
when
gonna
we come
Well-
up, like I said, if y'all don't laugh while we're there, we didn't do our job.
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna laugh.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at one point, when you see Adrian hogtied, that'd probably be enough for you.
Take some promo pics of him being tied to a pole in the basement.
Very well.
So
As
just
you're
think of
throwing
that down in the
dollars
basement.
Very vigorously.
So now that you know,
I gotta stop doing these because I just get targeted.
It's every guest that we've had too. It's great. I'm having
I
a blast.
know. I'm sure you
I
are.
love you, Adrian.
Oh, it's
We're
all
gonna have to
good.
do like the
I-
whole like Rocky thing. Adrian!
We do that. We do
How
that
did
a
I not
lot.
see that coming?
Adrian!
what I'm gonna do is, as I see you guys walking up the back sidewalk, I'm gonna have music playing "Eye of the Tiger" when the door opens.
And Adrian, when you walk in, you're gonna have to be doing this little number.
Oh my lord. Okay.
You sure you want to come down? You sure?
Oh, he enjoys his time down. I can
Oh,
promise
yes.
you.
Yes, he does.
I'm sure
Oh,
he doesn't
100%.
time down.
He gets a lot of crap, but he gives it too. Trust me.
Mhm.
No, that's cool. You all seem like really cool people. I look forward-
Oh yeah, we're excited
Yes,
to meet you all.
I did hear your comment, Brie. Yes.
I didn't what?
No, we're good.
No, go ahead,
I
Brie.
said, I'm sure he does enjoy his time down.
Especially.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Well, I'm not going to deny the fact that I do enjoy my downtime.
This Corolla.
I'm being good. I'm being
All right.
good. My
All
aunt
right.
is watching. Our aunt is watching. I already got a text of like just the emoji, the face with just the eyes, no smile. I'm sorry. We love you. She might not be.
But what are
watching
you
it now.
what are you supposed to do when somebody opens a door like that? You can't just not walk through it.
You know what? I'm typically kicking doors down. Like I'm the one that says it, and then I look at him, and he's just like,
So I definitely at one point want to get with you all and go to a Paracon with y'all at one point. We've never really been to a Paracon.
Nope.
Really?
I have not.
I know they're interesting as far as I know about them.
I will tell you this just for you guys. I'm going to drop a little hint of something. Okay. There will be next November something in that genre here in Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Okay.
We will announce it live next Wednesday.
Nice.
And I will be tuning in next Wednesday.
Yeah, you think?
We'll do Facebook Live first, and then we'll do a TikTok Live after that. And we're pretty excited about it. So
"It's you."
Well, I will let you all know something too. Well, a little bit. I'm going to end up having to message you all outside of this because we've not announced it yet because everything's still in preparation. But I can tell you that very soon we're going to have a big event happen
okay.
with a really big location that's going to have several people. And it's local.
Okay.
I'm
So-
all ears.
When we get off of this, I will message you all and let you know exactly what it is. But I can tell you right now, it is massive. Adrian, is it massive or what?
I don't think massive quite covers the
I don't
enormity of
either.
it.
Me neither.
I can tell you that it's never been done before.
It's huge. It's so huge.
Huge.
We're gonna make
Huge.
it 51.
Yeah,
But
it is something that has never been done before. So
And we're in the talks right now. Still trying to get all the finances together to understand what it's going to take to do it.
sounds like guy math.
Sounds like it is. It's a lot of guy math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look
It-
forward to
it's-
hearing about this. This looks
We're
intriguing.
excited.
Yeah.
We're excited.
So- It might not be this year, but it'll most likely be next year.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it for next year.
I mean, we might have to.
You really gonna do it for next year?
Hey, I mean that, and then the Ireland trip. I think that'd be perfect for the year.
I think that would basically make the year right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It would, but seriously,
It's just gonna be a lot in that
yeah,
year.
exactly.
I mean, we got a lot in this year.
Like,
Yes.
trust me, we get that. Our schedule.
Our schedule just blew up. It blew up at Hanover because of something that fell in our lap by a very dear near friend of ours. And then I walk into the house and he dropped another bomb on me, and I'm like, Okay. Like,
Yeah,
I-
I mean, we'll be in Gettysburg a few times this year. We'll be in
Mhm.
California. Some events up here, obviously Savannah, and I'm like, shit. It's
Well,
fun.
after this ends, stay on.
okay.
We'll end the recording, and then I will explain.
Yeah, we
the
got
map.
important stuff to talk about. People in the see you. Bye.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to cut it soon anyway because I'm sitting at 13% right now. So,
Oh,
Adrian, where's your charger, man?
the plug is way too far away.
all right, everybody, we're going to end the live. Thanks for joining. If you want to join us on the lounge, please just message me, Sam, or Adrian. We'll get you booked, and you can have fun just like Nick and Brie just did.
This was like the best.
Refreshing.
Yes. A lot
Welcome.
of fun.
It's a lot
All right,
better.
everybody.
It's a lot better than, tell us your backstory. How'd you do paranormal? How'd you do that?
Yeah,
Why do you do that? I'm like,
but
Yeah.
you know what? The whole thing is everyone has answered those questions so many times over. They hear it and they're just like, "Oh God, not again."
Yep.
It's basically like going to a location and saying, "So, how did you die?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just bring up a paper and start reading from it. So I've been an investigator for 20 years. We went to this.
Uh-huh. This was the first location I went to.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right,
that kind
everybody,
of
y'all
stuff.
have a great night
And
and weekend, and we will talk to you soon.
Yes.
Good night, guys.
Night, guys. Thank you.